The secret of Leonardo da Vinci's artistic genius. For centuries, people have theorized about the source of Leonardo da Vinci's artistic genius. How he was able to so accurately capture depth and perspective on a flat canvas. New research suggests da Vinci's unmatched talent may be the result of his ability to see the world literally different. There is now evidence that da Vinci's renowned capacity to reproduce the three-dimensional world in paintings may have been aided by an eye disorder that allowed him to see the world in both two- and three-dimensional. Da Vinci is believed to have had a condition called intermittent exotropia, commonly referred to as being wall-eyed, a form of strabismus, eye misalignment that affects about 2% of the population. Those with exotropia usually end up favoring one eye over the other, which means they are more likely to see the world as if it were painted on a flat canvas. When they are in that condition, they are seeing the world monocularly, with much reduced depth cues. The image they are seeing is much closer to what they want to paint on the canvas. Christopher Tyler, a professor at City University of London and researcher at the Smith Kettle Eye Research Institute in San Francisco, who has studied da Vinci's life for more than 20 years, is the study's author. The study, published in JAMA Ophthalmology, a peer-reviewed journal, on October 18, 2018. In da Vinci's case, the painter was able to control his wandering eye, which in turn provided him with an artistic advantage. The ability to switch between the two perspectives meant that da Vinci would be very aware of the three-dimensional and two-dimensional depth cues and the difference between them. The author started noticing the disorder's telltale sign while examining the works by the artist. In many cases, they had the eyes diverted. Christopher Tyler set out to support his theory by conducting mathematical analyses on 6 works, 2 sculptures, 2 oil paintings and 2 drawings, believed to reflect da Vinci's appearance. The pieces included Andrea del Verrocchio's David, a bronze sculpture said to be a depiction of da Vinci as a youth, as well as da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, which recently became the most expensive painting ever auctioned, selling for more than $450 million. Measuring the relative positions of the pupils, irises and eyelids in each work, Tyler wrote in the study that da Vinci had an exotropic tendency of approximately 10.3 degrees when relaxed in all those portraits. Da Vinci would not be the first famous artist to have the disorder. Previous studies analyzing eye alignment in self-portraits have suggested that painters such as Rembrandt, Edgar Degas and Pablo Picasso were also strabismic. Shira Robbins, a professor of ophthalmology at the University of California at San Diego, and the educational director at the Ratner Children's Eye Center within the Shiley Eye Institute in La Jolla, California, who was not involved in the research, called Tyler's findings intriguing, echoing his belief that the ability to switch between seeing out of one or both eyes can be advantageous from an artistic perspective. What happens in some people is when they are only using one eye, they develop other cues besides traditional depth perception to understand where things are in space, looking at color and shadow in a way that most of us who use both eyes at a time don't really appreciate. The research has a hugely positive impact on the large number of people with eye alignment disorders. The condition often leads to the misconception that people who have it are of lesser intellect, and those people are often not called for jobs or are not invited to social gatherings. Shira Robbins said, "Anybody who has strabismus will look at this and be happy to know that someone as brilliant as Leonardo da Vinci had a similar problem to them, and it certainly didn't seem to hinder him in any way possible." In the Codex Atlanticus, the largest set of da Vinci's drawings and writings, he wrote that the soul guides the painter's arm and makes him reproduce himself, since it appears to the soul that this is the best way to represent a human being. Thank you.